Okay, we're live. Welcome everyone around the globe. I can feel the excitement, and it's in the air, and boy, is it palpable. I can see by all the faces here on the panel. Welcome everyone. There's a lot of familiar faces here today. Everyone give a big wave to all those people watching across the globe. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So I'm Susie McCrae from the USA, and I have the honor and privilege of introducing the person who has brought us all together. Throughout this journey, he has remained steadfast in his vision and mission, and it's been under unfathomable external and internal pressures, but he's remained consistent, loyal, and committed to our big, bold, beautiful shared dream. How great is that? His character and integrity has remained unwavered, even in the most difficult times. He's taught us and reminded us about pruning, adjusting the sails, being fueled for purpose, and rising from the shadows to the sunrise. But you know what? Today is about moving forward. So it gives me great pleasure to introduce this man that I know, love, and trust, our founder, Mr. Ash Mufareh. Welcome, Ash. So good to see you.
Very good to see you all. Thank you so much, Susie. And I am really, really excited to deliver this message to you today. It is delightful to see all of you here. What a moment in life. I'm your friend, Ash Mufareh, speaking to you today directly, personally, from the heart. Whether you're a longtime supporter or somebody who stood in the sideway or been distracted by other things, or someone who's been quietly just watching, unsure what's next. I want to take the opportunity to speak to you today with perfect clarity, humility, and renewed purpose. Obviously, we're at a turning point, and I believe that with all my heart, actually, that what lies ahead is thing to get here. I know it's taken a while, but it's worthwhile. And I wasn't sure. Honestly, I'm having a hard time to say this, but I promise to talk to you with clarity, transparency all of the time. As I was preparing for these remarks and having some bullet points and highlights, I wasn't planning to talk about this topic on this global update. I actually made a deliberate choice. It's not anything about our situation with the SEC. I thought I'm leaving that out for now. It is no secret that this litigation has been challenging, painful, however, lengthy. But fortunately, we have been represented by some of the best, most experienced and skilled lawyers in the country, period. Everybody can look up who's represented us. Couldn't get any better team. And under my instructions, they've defended the case vigorously. Time, attention, and however, I've got to tell you, I'm so encouraged by the recent developments. In fact, I'm actually pretty excited, and I look forward to being able to give you much positive update on this topic very, very, very soon. Tuned. I can tell you it's a very bad day and not so exciting for the haters. They're not having a good day. And this is not and what a victory. I will be addressing this on a separate day, separate exclusive update, live update again, number 2, because it's a big topic and I know you want to know more, and I'll break it down to you with what's allowed, okay, or what's productive or meaningful to you. But I'd rather to go back on track and continue my initial plan about a few things that you want to hear today. Let's begin by being completely transparent. This journey has not been easy for any of us. Yes, probably long or longer than we hoped for. We've experienced delays, we've dealt with disappointments, and yes, we've made mistakes. I did. Some of our efforts actually fell short and, not as we hoped for. But some plans and some of our production actually had to be scrapped and rebuilt from the ground up, totally, from the scratch. And the truth is, some people we trusted were not what we thought who they are and who they were. I take a full responsibility, obviously, for everything that has happened under my leadership, and in shame, but with humility, and someone who has learned, adapted, and committed to doing better. We built something bold. When you build something bold, the risk is bigger, but so is the potential reward. It's worth it. And I know many of you have been frustrated, some confused, and you've been waiting for a moment of clarity. This is that moment. Crystal clear. The road ahead is very clear. So let's talk about the recent survey and some of the revelation and results about that. I am super excited to talk about this. Recently, we've invited you to respond and participate in a private survey. 3 simple questions, no pressure, no spin, just truth. And we needed to know, are you still with us actually? We want to know. We want to feel, where do you stand? We know where we stand. How long are you willing to wait? And do you believe it's time for a new vehicle to carry out our shared mission? Now, let me tell you what we found. And what was going in my head, I'm going to share that personal thought with you. I had 3 predictions. I've told the team and those who spoke with me on the side, behind the scenes, I've told them I had 3 predictions, okay, of how many people I thought would respond or would be engaged. I gave 1 low prediction and 1 kind of like middle of the road, and 1 I thought was probably overly optimistic, okay? Big, medium, small, okay? Or small, medium, big. But what happened next left me absolutely floored. And I'll explain that to you. You may realize the importance of this. You didn't just meet my most optimistic prediction. That's okay. But you've exceeded it by nearly 3 times. So small, medium, big. 3 times bigger than the big. I was astonished. That alone tells me how loud and clear you're still here and you believe and you are ready forward. You are ready to move forward. You are good to go forward. You're not stuck in the past. That was an eye-opener. Okay, I shared with you the answers you gave. Over 90% of you said without hesitation. I will try to share with you the exact screenshot, okay? I am conservative by telling you over 90%. Some of them are 98 point something. So you could say 100% that without hesitation, I'm totally with you, no matter how long it takes. I see the vision, I agree, and if we want to succeed, we need a new vehicle. We need a new direction. We need a new way of running and operating. That was loud and clear. I thank you for that. Respond. And to each and every one of you who responded, you've given me the fuel to continue the mission. More fuel. I'm already pumped, as you could tell. But you've given the leadership team focus. They're even more motivated now. And you've reminded us why we started this journey in the first place. And let me add a little bit more to this. From your end, you see 3 simple questions. Okay, what could this doesn't take a genius? And the results are very obvious. Okay, most of you selected, I'm fully committed, whatever timeline it takes, okay? And obviously, we need a new vehicle. That is clear. You see all of that. But we have invisible data to you that are very compelling. Number one, the number of people. And here's another one. So the number of people actually took the time to select. And the number or the frequency of most of you go into the same survey as many as 10 times a day. The overall sessions of login, it was practically a weekend and a day, right? Millions and millions and millions of logs in. Who thought this would be possible after all this time?
I think Rose, I thought it was me.
It's Jason.
I
So
did.
something blinked.
You froze for a few there, Ash.
Problem.
You're back.
Are we good so far?
Your video's off.
My video's not on?
It's not on.
No.
I have. Okay, let me click again.
No.
Did it work?
It's
No.
not on.
Not yet.
Okay, oh, I see this freezing. Okay. Let it refresh. That's okay. This is live.
Yeah, what you said was so powerful. It like made it.
Here shortly, everyone.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's okay now.
that's incredible data he's sharing. Very, 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 incredible.
Are you sure somebody's not trying to hack the system?
Please turn on your mic, Mr. Mufareh.
Olivia, you need to mute yourself as well, Olivia. There you go.
Are we all now?
Yes.
There
Again.
you are.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is live, and things happen with the live stuff.
Freezing.
It have so
Mr. Mufareh, you're coming in and out.
That looks better. We can't hear you.
you hear me now?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, that's fine. I mean, that's actually good. Let me forgive me for this, okay? But you may have noticed, like certain individuals who once had a visible presence with us are no longer associated. Don't let that distract you. Let me be very clear about this. And in general, any decision to distance ourselves from anyone, especially a public, like, you know, somebody on the surface in a way, and especially when we have to take this publicly, it is never made lightly. I hope you would respect this. These decisions are deliberate, cautious, and made only after thorough review of what's in the best interest of the community, not just one. But I have to protect the community. When we speak about someone's, you know, who was known or they were known publicly, goal in mind to protect you. It's that simple. Our priority is the health and safety of our platform, obviously, our brand and our people. That's number one priority. Nothing personal. We do believe in transparency. We also believe in dignity. So I ask that we all respect that not everything needs to be shouted from the rooftop. Let it go. And sometimes doing the right thing quietly is more powerful than making noise. I know you're going to respect my approach to this and trust our decision. What matters is this. What matters is this. We are focused. We are pruning what's no longer serving us. As we said in the O News series. And we are building with integrity. It's the bottom line. When someone doesn't align with our values and our characters, our principles, no place for us. Mainly to protect the health. We cannot have a polluted environment. The health of our community. Let's talk about the turning point now. We are obviously at a turning point, like where we come from, everything that happened, and where we're going. We are now standing on the edge of something new. We've taken a hard look at what worked and what didn't, and what we must do differently. We are rebuilding, not just as a reboot of the old and a refurbish and just to relabel a sticker on it. No. But as a birth of something better. Totally. Yes, we are creating a new vehicle. But more than that, we are clarifying the destination. Our eyes are always on the target, on laser focus on the goal, on the dream. Because a shiny car is useless if it's not going anywhere meaningful. So we have to be clear on our purpose and our destination. Our dream has been always bold, okay? I think we all know that. We've always been bold, okay? To uplift lives, to create fairness through innovation, to give people not just tools, okay, but a true opportunity. That's what's making the difference in our journey. We're not abandoning the dream. In fact, we are doubling down on it. With more focus, with more experience, with more energy than ever. So, you may not see all the details, honestly, and yet, behind the scenes, the wheels are, and more importantly, I learned not to get ahead of myself. Speaking of what we've learned, let's talk about some lessons we've learned. Here's what I learned. Okay, let me share with you. It is better to underpromise and overdeliver. That's obvious. Than the other way around. We're going to be telling you more realistic updates. I'm not here to hype you up, period. Okay? Indeed, we're doing it totally different. And I'm not going to tease you or tease things up and put more light on things that exist yet. Maybe they're in the pipeline or anything, but not ready yet. Just to inflate it and some clever words and fancy presentations, all of it. We're not going to do that. From now on, actually, everything we build, everything we launch, everything we promise will be tested, fit, and ready to go. Period. There would be no hype, no more hype, no more guesswork. just the real things that are practical, that are transparent, that are really backed up by actual value again. We will roll out offerings, obviously, in stages. Not gonna have a wide ladder and walk with it and bump into many things. We're gonna be like the edge of an arrow, so sharp and clear. Focus, start small, and then expand. If that makes sense to you. Not to keep people waiting, but to ensure that everything and every step forward and secure. Stabilize, then scale. I know we've waited long enough and waited deserve more than words. You deserve results. Because I learned early on in my life that either you can have results or excuses. You can have excuses or results. You cannot have both. And I don't know if you, but I just heard that, you know what's the easiest way to get to the top? And the best way to get to the top is to get up your bottom. So I am going to give them to you. I'm going to give you results, all right? I'm going to give you action. We are in action constantly, not in theory, again, in action. We are definitely indeed reforming, reorganizing, restructuring, recommitting to the dream, what unites us, and what brought us here together. In fact, what unites all of us here is our past, present, and future. What unites all of that is the shared dream that we have, that big, bold, beautiful dream that we share together. It is not about a logo or just a platform or colors or theme. It's not about fancy words or stickers or flashy things. It's only about people. It's about you. People. It's about belief that ordinary, like most of us, deserve possibilities. That dream is and well. And if you're listening to this, you've stayed this long, and it lives in you too, just like us. Why we let it go? It lives in us. All in. This is absolutely not the end of anything. Watch this. Not the end of anything. This is the rebuilding of everything. Rebuilding in a better way. So here's what I ask you. Generally, to stay strong, be patient, have confidence. Don't get distracted. Let's reunite, and wonderful things are on the way. I can assure you that. I would never, never overpromise, or I would never fail you. I'm here. I pledge with all my heart, breath, to fight for you, to continue this journey all the way. No cap. And when they are ready, those beautiful things are on the way, not before. You are going to be the first to know. That is a priority. That's a pledge. That's a grandfathering to you. That is my responsibility. I will always give you that priority and that privilege, that advantage. Have confidence. Rest assured that it's going to come to you first. You're going to know. A business or a platform. Quick win, but for a lasting success, for a legacy. You're not alone in this, obviously. Okay, we're in this together. We are in this together. And this time, we're doing it right. That's what matters. Doing it right. We've done some pruning. I mean, I think the word is becoming popular. And we have a stronger foundation. And this, we're going places. I genuinely want to thank you for believing, for staying, finish what we've started. Only better. And I appreciate all of you. I love you. I respect you. And we're not done yet. We're just getting started. I can't help myself but to talk about a quick glimpse or two to give you a reality of what's happening behind the scenes. When we had that survey, companies are going to look for services or solutions. Stick your question there. The team heard me talking about that. They couldn't help themselves, but surprising me. I said, we're creating our own. I said, yeah, but that's going to take time. So let's just, do that in the future. I appreciate that. I don't know if it's worth it to get distracted. No. It's fun. You want to go have a test? What? You're going to have a test? Okay. It was seamless. I didn't have a department. I didn't have a building. I didn't have like a whole presentation. I just said, survey application. It was done. Practically in a blink in IT time. Late last night, my time here, I was with the team and I mentioned to them, by the way, on tomorrow's session, we, the team is asking, and in particular, Julie is asking for recommendation to a rotator service. As I said, which one do you recommend? This, that, or do they said, we'll let you know, okay? So we continued the topic. I'm telling you, late last night, and 3.5 hours later, Are you around? Yeah. I oversleep, so yeah, please come on. So I'm kidding. But yeah, tell me what's happening. Can you hop on the meeting? I said, sure, yeah. Check this out. What? Our own rotator service. Done, tested, better than anything I've seen. Yeah, no, there's no design, but the engine is slick, powerful, so strong. Click, 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 unlimited. Everything's unlimited. Talk to Julie on the side. She will talk on her left. Like, you know, some of the applications available, you know, they charge you by the views, by the click, by the URL. Oh, come on. And I was blown. I actually was really thinking, am I dreaming? It took hours. I can say 1.5 person, because one was on it, the other one was spotting him. I said him, okay. Didn't take a whole entourage. It was done. Said, are you sure? Can we use it? Or how about this time we just use what's available, like a generic one, okay, off the market. Next time we can, no, it's good. Let's test it. I did try earlier, like a couple of hours ago, to do with Julie and a couple of friends here to test it out. Apparently, I was not clicking something. I called them. They said, no, you like, oh, come on. Listen, leave it for next time. We don't have much time. There's no bug. There's a toggle I had to swipe. Okay. I just didn't do it. I think you were with me, Susie, Julie, and Red, and Chris. Like, there's something to make it auto. The percentage, I just have to swipe that. That's it. It worked like a charm. And it's working. Right now, we're using our service. Oh, survey, oh, rotate. What a time to be in when our team is creating applications faster than I can come up with their names. A name for the application. It was a simple question. Which service do you recommend? We'll give you. Less than 4 hours later, here's the application. So when we did the test earlier today, they told me, yeah, no, it's working. No, don't forget everything else. It's perfect. It's working. As of now, it's live and it's working. Guess what? They told me, oh, we just finished also to even add to my blown mind. They already finished a whole analytics system, reports, geographical, heat map, the number, the clicks, the rotation. This is beyond crazy. I have no words to describe my feeling, my excitement, my confidence, my gratitude, and my belief in this team. We've learned a bit. All right, step back, and a couple of you to chime in, and we'll come back to a full closure as we go with the presentation.
Well, thank you, Ash Mufareh, and welcome everybody on the panel. If you are not blown away by what information we've just been having here today, the place. So let's just clarify a few things that Ash has gone over today for everyone, so we know exactly what he's been talking about. Obviously, the YouTubers amongst us here will break it all down. We'll go over it at length and all the rest of it about it. But let's just go over the key points that our CEO, Ash Mufareh, brought out today. The first of it was a bit of a surprise to me, and that was the SEC case. He mentioned about it and gave us a little bit of information about how lawyers involved with it, and it has been a long period of time that this has been. It's coming to a close now. He was extremely excited about the outcome, and he is going to be a whole set aside webinar to explain the outs, the nitty gritty about all of this. But the point is, he's very excited about the decision that's been made. It's not game over yet, but it is certainly looking good. For those people who thought it was going to be game over for our CEO Ash Mufareh and the rest of us, I don't think they're going to be very happy about the outcome that is there at the moment. Also then went into the journey about the ups and downs and where we've been going. Mistakes, of course, have been made. We've well documented, but the line of the journey that we've been on is going now. Risks have to be made to make something that is going to be much better than it was before. This is now occasion, he said. Why? Because it is going to change. We are at a turning point. He mentioned a hard look at ourselves of what work is going on behind the scenes, but this hasn't deterred. This really is now the moment. It's going to be a rebirth of what we are going to have in the future. We've now got a better vehicle to take us to that destination. He is laser focused on that destination. Yes, the road's been blocked. Yes, we've had to change things, but one thing's for sure is that now everything is clear. We've got rid of stuff that we didn't need. And in fact, he mentioned about the pruning. He mentioned about people that weren't in line with us, so that they needed to be let go for the benefit of all of us. But the one thing that is clear about all this, we now have that bold dream in front of us, and we are doubling down on our energy, our experience, and above all, the determination to get to. He mentioned about the survey. Now, we were all involved in that survey. We all took a bit of time looking at it and answering it. There was only 3 questions, he said, but one thing that blew him away was the commitment we all showed to putting that survey out. He had a rough idea of where he thought we would be as far as engagement and what we were going to say, but more than 3 times the amount of people put that survey in. In fact, you did it in the millions. Millions of you logged in, not several times into your accounts to look or to survey. All of this analytic data is there for our CEO Ash Mufareh and the team. They're going to analyze it. Uptake of all that was more than 90 of us took the time to go to that survey. That's incredible figures, guys. It really is. And congratulations to our team who put that together and to our CEO. Another thing as well is that was mentioned on this focus, how we are aligning ourselves now with that future, done with you in mind. He was talking about thing that really is what everything's about. Making sure that you are looked after, that you are safe. He mentioned about building and integrity. Update, he said, on the team building. The rest of it will be coming out very, very shortly. But one thing sure is the reason for what went on and how it all occurred is because of your safety. Things needed to be done to protect the business, but more importantly, to protect within the business. Even was the saying, I pledge to fight for you. You will be the first, he said, to know when things are there ready for you. He said, this time we are doing it right. We are doing it in a much healthier position with better foundations, and we are laser focused on our dream. He also mentioned about a new a product that has only just come to us to use today, and this is the rotator, which we're actually on right now. He gave us an example of how good the tech team are. he was speaking with Julie, to the tech team, about we need a rotator so that we can put this out onto all the YouTube channels that are out there. And they said, well, what do you recommend? To the tech team, he said, hang on a minute. 3.5 hours later, with only one and a half, a guy looking on, said, there you go, Mr. Mufareh, use this. He said, use what? This is our own rotator, unlimited. Have as many URLs in there as you like. You don't have to pay for clicks. You don't have to pay for different URLs. It's just hours. This is now going to be, guess what? Another product that's there going to be in our arsenal. These sort of people that are behind the scenes now working for us really are making the difference in this rebirth of the next phase. It's not a remake. It is not a rehab. It is not a sticking plaster that's going over an old vehicle. That vehicle's well and truly dead. The vehicle is blown up. The sides are caving in. The rust has got in. And it's going nowhere. This is the rebirth, brand new phase. This is something that we're going to be very proud of. And if you heard the excitement in our CEO's voice, you should be excited as well. Why? Because it's all being done for us. Back to you.
Thank you so much, Red. Without going into too much duplication, I just want to show that this share by our CEO, he started out by saying, I'm your friend, speaking from the heart. It just colors everything that this company is about. He talked about clarity, humility, transparency, and renewed purpose. And he did that by very frankly sharing about the SEC case. It was challenging, it was painful, and lengthy. And yes, it was a struggle, but it was at the end of it, the success is going to be actually making our enemies not so happy, and that we are ones who were victorious in all of this, because truth wins, and it was worth the effort, because at the end of the day, this is our dream, our purpose in this world. So that was just one way of sharing clarity. The survey, he was, his expectations were low, medium, high, and he told us that it just exceeded everything by 3 times, which is huge because he had already put a high expectation, right? And it showed that we were him, and the team was so excited, even more motivated, more encouraged by our enthusiastic dedication. And I think a lot of the world is going to be amazed at the caliber of people that come into this, because they've waited for this their whole lives, right? So then we had this invisible data that they were looking at, as Red said, millions and millions of logins, frequency of visits, the number of people that put their heart into it, and it just led to just an absolute solid. And again, he talked about the transparency, about having to prune, having to make sure that everyone is fully aligned with this vision, because it's too important to have anything down. And it was painful, yes, but we pushed through it, done with dignity. So he also shared that we don't have to be airing our dirty laundry to the world. We want to be very, very clear about how we just need people who are aligned with the values, walking this path forward with us. And again, Red mentioned about the new vehicle, that we're doubling down on our big, bold, beautiful dream. The lessons we've learned, this is one of my favorite things about our CEO, Ash Mufareh, is that he has showed us time and time again that it's much better to underpromise and over-deliver. I've done this again and again and again. And this new vehicle, this new journey is exactly the same. When something is ready, fully tested, fully ready, it will be given. It will be rolled, and it will be rolled out in stages, not all at once, but carefully, strategic stages, and then
we were going to stabilize, then scale. All this marketing guru we have at the helm of our ship here. Trust him fully with this strategy, this way. So one of the things that Ash said that was funny was the easy way to the top is to get off your bottom. And he clarified that his team is absolutely in action constantly, 24/7, for recommitting to the dream, this unbelievable and humbling dream of believing that your average ordinary person on the street all around the world in all economic stages is absolutely deserving of extraordinary abundance in their lives, of being free to expand and do everything that they were put on this earth to do. And that is Ash's vision, is to lift all of us out of wherever we are and lift us higher as a group, as a collective. And that dream, as he said, is alive and well. And so this is not the end of anything. It's the beginning of something absolutely extraordinary, the rebuilding of everything in a better way. And the action for us to take is to stay aligned, stay laser focused on that center of the road that's leading right to the dream, because we are building something that we can be proud of, not just a business, but a movement and a legacy building vehicle. And we are doing it right this time. We had to do some pruning and all of that, but we are absolutely on the way to doing something totally amazing. And that new product, Dash, that is like over delivering. I couldn't believe it. Oh, so everybody watching here, this is the way this man rolls. He told us that I didn't even know that we were on and using this product that his team has created literally on the spot for the purpose of this meeting. And I want to do a shout out to Julian and Eric behind the scenes to make this possible, because this was an absolute labor of love to get this going. So proud to be here with you all, and we could go on and on and on about everything that Ash shared. But get excited. This is an awesome place to be. Thanks so much, Ash. Thanks, everyone.
Oh, thank you so much, Jean, Red. That was fantastic. I would love to hear more, definitely. But currently, we're going to stick to this now. And you know what? If you don't mind, and then we'll call this a day. All right? We have a lot of work to do. So if the hosts and hostess here would help us to see who is within the topics that we're in. I'm happy to address that. Thank you so much.
I believe Jeffrey is up. Jeffrey?
By the way, Red, okay, the two services that came just and realistically no budget, okay? Nothing spectacular, right? Therefore, can I give them away? Just be sweet and cute and add value? Why not? That's why the enemies are hate even more. Problem. I don't have to for something that was possible. And that's the technology I'm talking about today. I was schooled a couple of days ago by one of our genius leaders in the team, the AI IT expert. And even things I mentioned 2 years ago, like 2 years ago, I'm not talking 20 years ago, 5 years ago, they're showing me new technologies that are a light year ahead. And what we could accomplish with technology today, price, time, all of that is far exceeded anything I know. It's not going to take us decades to be pioneers in this industry. Because of who we have on board, because of the way we're doing it, because of working smart and fueled with our shared desire to that goal and dream, we're going to get it done. Back to you. I'm just excited. It's hard to hold myself. I'm going to sit back and relax.
Jay, I have you on. If you could unmute your mic, please. Thank you.
Okay, it's, I had a few questions actually. Is there any particular one that we're looking at?
What's more relevant to everybody? You choose.
Well, there's a few of them.
That the
you know,
public and the rest of the community would value it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'd be happy to address all of them, but another time, obviously.
It has to do with the direction, where we're headed, what we're planning on doing, and that sort of thing. And it's basically, you know, what is the current compass reading or guiding that you're using for the direction, either technologically or ethically, even, or even energetically? What is it that in reference to a direction for where we're going and how you plan to proceed from here on out?
It's a fair question. Thank you, Jeffrey. Appreciate it. I was delighted talking. I think it's quite simple. Okay, I'm going in the simplest possible way. We have a very clear destination to accomplish that. So that destination, that dream, still intact. So we went to work, and the methods, the operation that we've been using or used, we're not taking to where we want to go. Effectively, efficient or the proper way. Not up to our standards. And we were faced with 2, possibly 3 scenarios, but most probability is either keep on patching and be more emotional to that entity or an attached, or this way is not taking us. We're going to change the direction, but the dream is intact, the destination is intact. I mean, most people would think the third scenario, this is too painful, this is too hard, see you in the next life. Adios. We chose the hardest one, not the easiest one, not the fastest one, not the convenient one. We chose to completely let go of all the polluted stuff, not to take anything, not a piece of junk, nothing. Not that is bad, not that denied or undermined. That's who we are. It's a beautiful part, a grip of our journey. You cannot slash it. It happened, and it was valuable. It was valuable. But let us also a better vehicle, a better direction. And make no mistake, we're going to get whatever it takes. So we are in all of that and this, okay. Just like that, we're going to tell you, that's all. It's like I wasn't boasting about going to have a survey or you just used it. That URL in the pop-up in the ONews 9 that you saw, that you clicked on today, you just saw it. It was live. You didn't say a word to that. That's the new theme. we're going to see action ahead of our words. And then you can brag about it and you can be proud of it and you do the talk. Borrow my brother John White's muscles to flex. I have chicken wings, yeah. Hopefully that's satisfactory for now. Anyone else? Let's wrap.
Hello, thank you for having me. And Carl, I know that's for my question, but I just want to further it a little bit as far as the survey. Like I'm just personally blown away. I'm so excited to see your excitement. But I know you gave us 3 levels of what you thought could, and it exceeded that amount. And I just want to know between the numbers and the answers, which were prized, and that had you in the new direction that we're going, that had to fire you up even more to know that we all stand behind the choices that you and the team have made. How did that ignite you even? Because personally, I was excited to hear you say, the response to that, because there's many of us who are out there doing lives and being very active, but I loved that there are people that may not have the time to do all that, but they are still so engaged. So although we may not see them on a daily basis, it was so reassuring to see how many people are on board with this. So just kind of want to know, how much did it fire you up and how surprised technology and survey?
Indeed. Thank you so much, Terry. Compelling, it's telling. It was valuable, the finding. So perhaps be realistic, just like you, probably. I had in mind a consideration most people are gone their way. No longer interested in this. Or at least fewer people. Just by the number of people who filled in the survey, so many people, that is already telling that people are still around. And remember when I told you, like, some of you like 10 to survey, this is beyond. It's like, okay, let me be okay. Like when you have a regular survey in general, that doesn't matter. Like, oh, I can't. Let me finish it. Or maybe they might eyes or something so you can fill it out. Okay. Or they annoy you to do it. This is by love. People come back. It shows attachment to it. And the number is telling, and is more telling. And good first question is like, so myself, I'm thinking people have to be like halfway. But to see almost 100%, don't forget there might be some bad apples in the box that intentionally want to like affect the things, or like if they have something negative, they will select it. We know that. But it's almost 100% fully committed. That's mind-boggling.
Yeah.
The second one is a testing on that monetized account. I selected 180 days. Not 90. But most of you selected whatever it takes. I did not select that. So, and is kind of realistic, practical, subjective, because we've been educated to the own. It's like you're paying attention, you're well engaged, and you realize that it's not too problematic. It's not going anywhere. Okay. By all means, it's not being shut down. It's in business. If I tell you back to this, no, we never as usual. For my enemies, I didn't think you expect that. No. We're in business, okay? We're not anywhere. So just chill, all right? Or just go away. Anyway, so I hope that satisfies questions, by the way. Jeffrey and Terry, I appreciate the question.
Thank you.
Of course. Back to you.
For you? That question. Yeah, I'm particularly concerned, with all the people that are business people listening in and following government. What you've had to deal with. Now that the SEC case is finished, we can rest assured that there's going to be a future what we've all been through. We're not shut down. So I ask you this, how will that affect our company? Closure of the SEC. What's the real effect to the founders?
Zero effect. Thank you for the question. Zero effect. Nothing to do. The free market.
Good.
Want to violate any of the security regulations. Never. Okay? That is my pledge. So we're gonna play by the book. The regulate have the professionals to sure we close all the loops. No mistakes or no weak spots. But had no effect on the current, the future. Thing like, oh, you have to do this differently. Nothing. Fine. We're business as usual. And no effect on the future. I can open a business every second. 80 businesses a day if I could, if I want. All right. Thank you for the question, Dr. Bill. Good to see you.
Mr. Mufareh, for inviting me.
Pleasure.
I had a question. I'm always in what's going on in your mind before you do something. That question
Not
is,
much.
It's, at what time did you realize there was a need for change?
Thank you. I'll be very direct, and I know the answer because I thought about that more than a year ago. Been working on it well over than a year ago. Even before the fall down of the team. Let me be very clear for those who think like, oh, you're shut down, you failed. No. OnPassive didn't fail. It shattered records. We know all of that. We've got everything. It's only a deliberate choice of doing better. The focus is not on passive. The focus is the dream. Do you want the fruit, or do you want to argue with the guard? Okay, I want the fruit. Keep your eye on the fruit. Operate on passive. There's no restriction. Is it good? So when I said God couldn't shut down on passive world, no, God didn't shut down on passive. God showed us a better way. Said, hey, yeah, you're sweet, Ash, okay, and team, all that, but I see your heart. I see your work. I've got a better way, and I'm gonna boost you, just like what happened last night. An application, no breath wasted. You think that's my work? Cult. Call it what you call. I'd rather to be good with prayer than any. I'm a strong believer, and I am powerless. Yes, I'm a strong believer. I have strong faith, and I believe God has his hands into this, bringing God into doing the business or the sales or none of that, okay? But I have to be truthful. I'm no hero. I'm no brave man, or I'm not like, I'm just sincere with my calling. Maybe and I aimed for this, but came a lot better. Do I go stick with the, things outdated? What's wrong with that? Technology